What's up everybody? Welcome to the next video. I thought this would be a very good topic to talk about because people love to cut and people love to lose muscle on a cut. I don't know why, but I'm here to help. Don't worry. First of all, I'm going to start with a little update. This is like day 5 or 6 in Dubai. Still very white. Doing it well for the gingers. I'm not burnt yet. So if my man Thomas Moore is watching, I'm doing us proud. I'm not red yet. Feeling very good. Been training well since I've been here. I've been going to a gym called Fitness First, which it's almost, it's like a pure gym. It's pretty much like a pure gym. So the weights don't go crazy heavy, but you know how we do. Like I strap weights, 2 weights in my gym at home anyway. So it's nothing I'm not used to. The equipment's not crazy good, but we can always make do of it. I'm always getting a pump. And if you're working to failure, like I have been doing, just while I've been here, I've gone a bit off my plan a little bit. Just so I can adapt. I'm feeling great. I've had such a good workout today, shoulders and arms. I'm going to see if I can sneak some footage in the next few videos. But like being a Muslim country, they're very strict, and if they catch me, I don't want to know what happens. So we'll take it easy and as it comes. How to keep all your muscle while cutting. I want to emphasize the importance of actively thinking about keeping your muscle. I'm going to put 2 pictures side by side right now. This is like 2016 versus 2017. The difference is crazy. The difference would be a lot less if I did that the year before, but you can't expect to make that much progress realistically year to year. You can make a lot of progress, but not the progress that you're seeing right here. And I think that was a combination of just having more muscle, which is what would have happened anyway, but actually keeping way more of my muscle. And I'm here just to give you my tips on what I think that you should be doing to keep as much muscle as you can. So if you're going for a cut at the moment, maybe for the midsummer or maybe early spring, this is what you should be doing. The reason why you're going to be losing muscle is from calorie deficit. We can't get away from that, guys. You will lose muscle, but we can definitely minimize that muscle loss. So the first thing I want to say is to give yourself enough time, guys. If you give yourself 12 weeks to cut and you've got 15 kilos to lose, you can lose 15 kilos in 12 weeks, but by God, a lot of that is going to be muscle. A lot of that is going to be muscle. So here's my advice. Double it. Do 24 weeks. Take it slower. Reduce your calorie deficit. If you're in a kind of 200-300 calorie deficit, you're really going to be chipping away at body fat rather than muscle. You're still going to have a lot of energy to train. You're still going to have a lot of other variables to play with that will help you keep muscle. So the first thing is going to be give yourself enough time, guys. Don't do the standard 12-week cut, the 16-week cut even. I did a 16-week cut last time, maybe 17-week cut, and I still think I need a little bit longer. So the next time I ever cut will be 20 weeks minimum, and I'll be doing it nice and slow. We're going to go into everyone's favorite thing to do on a cut, and that is cardio. Don't go crazy with the cardio. Don't go crazy with it. Just slowly build into it. If the more cardio you do, the less anabolic you're going to be. Cardio is not a muscle building activity. You want to be focusing on performance in the gym rather than just burning calories. Doing more cardio is going to put you into a deeper deficit, like we just said. We want to reducing that deeper deficit. But if you need to, guys, you're going to have to get the cardio done. Don't get me wrong, you're going to have to get the cardio done, but you need to incrementally build that up. Don't just think, I'm cutting now, great, 30 minutes fasting every single day. And don't make crazy jumps either. Don't go from doing 1 cardio a week to 5 cardios a week. Just build it up. One a week, 2 a week, 3 a week, 4 a week. Slowly do it and slowly build it up. And then one little note on the cardio. You need to be doing something that is going to help you maintain your performance in the gym. So whether that's LISS, low intensity steady state, whether that's HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. If you're better at high intensity interval training, then you should do that. If you're better at LISS, then do that. I prefer LISS. In fact, I prefer walking. I just go out for a nice walk just because that is burning calories, that is expenditure gang, hashtag that shit. And it's just really maintainable, and it really helps maintain performance. If you're doing these crazy intense long sessions, which I've done, you feel like shit when you go into training and you got to take fucking 4 scoops of pre-workout, and it kills you, it fucking kills you. And you just become dependent on caffeine, which is not something you want to do. We've all done it and probably do it again. So yeah, as we move over to training, which is what I was talking about a second ago, we need to be focusing on performance, guys. Everything needs to be revolved around performance. As a natural athlete, as any athlete, guys. I don't need to keep saying natural athlete because Doesn't make a difference. You should be doing this if you're on steroids, off steroids, taking SARMs, or whatever you're doing. So what you need to be doing is focusing on performance. How do we do that? We logbook. We track every single fucking thing that we do to the T, every rep, every set, and we keep it and we fight for that strength, guys. I've had too many messages. I've had quite a lot of messages lately. People saying, I'm going to cut now, so I'm thinking of putting my volume up. I'm going to do 4 sets instead of 2, and I'm going to do 20 reps instead of 5. Why? Why are you going to increase your calorie output and increase that deficit? You need to stay strong. You need to be able to you need to be stronger. You need to be focusing on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You should be able to get stronger and stronger and stronger for at least half of the time that you're cutting. Instead of going off and thinking you're cutting now and going to this crazy high volume programs, stick with your normal volume. Stick with your normal training and just get stronger. Focus on getting stronger. And when you do start to get weaker, because you will have less muscle, you fight to retain numbers. If you're getting 100 kilo for 8 reps and you've lost muscle the next week, you fight to get 8 reps again. You know, if you get 7, great. But you don't just suddenly take the weight down to 80 kilos and try to get 15, because that is less weight. That is mechanically less weight. And we know that mechanical loading is a direct influence of hypertrophy, and in turn a direct influence of retaining muscle. So don't reduce the mechanical load unless you need to, because you will get to the point, there's no point doing 100 kilos for 1, you know, you do need to reduce it eventually, but you just reduce it incrementally. Everything is increments, guys. And if anything, guys, you want to be reducing your volume because you're going to have less energy to use. So actually, a lot of my clients, I will just reduce their volume a little bit. You know, if they're doing 4 sets of bench press and they notice that those last 2 sets are struggling, I'll drop 1 set off, and they might notice that those first 3 sets go up, you know, and the recovery gets better for the later of the workout. So manipulating that training volume, either by reducing it here and putting a little bit more there, is super key to a successful cut and a successful muscle retaining phase, as I love to call it that. That's a good term, actually. Coin that shit. Muscle retaining phase, not a fat loss phase. The misconception of putting that volume up really just burns into your glycogen stores. You need those glycogen stores. Glycogen is going to keep you anabolic. It's going to keep you retaining muscle. It's going to keep your energy high. It's going to keep you fuller for longer. And it's going to be performance based. And as we talk about glycogen, we can move into diet, guys. Everything needs to be increments. It all needs to be transitions. If you're bulking on 4,000 calories, come down to 3,500 calories, then go 3,400, then go 3,300, and just slowly bring it down over time. And we want to be performance based. We've noted that we need to be performance based. What fuels a workout better than anything? Glycogen. We are working anaerobically. That means we need a fast energy source. The fastest energy source that we have available to us is carbohydrates. If we swap to fats, that is very, very aerobic. You might see a lot of triathletes, a lot of Ironmen eating very, very high fat diets because they need to get the volume in with the high calories of the fats, and they need that slower burning energy. But we're only working out for an hour, guys, an hour and a half max, or 2 hours if you're pushing it crazy. You need that fast acting energy of carbohydrates. So be performance based, be glycogen based, and start reducing those fats first. Fats do play a very, very important role in hormonal function, in just feeling good, and in generally having a balanced diet. But when it comes to cutting and when it comes to bodybuilding prep, you're going to have to sacrifice some fats in order to keep that glycogen up high, because that is performance and that is what keeps muscle. The final thing that I'm going to talk about is managing your variables. If you're not sleeping, if you're not eating right, if your meal timing's off, if you're not recovering right, if you're taking not enough days off, if you're leading a stressful lifestyle, if you have a heavy day at work, if you have too much work to do and you stay up late, all of these are variables that you need to control. If you don't control your sleep, if you don't control your stress levels, you will negatively impact your muscle retention capabilities. So like, life is life, and you will have stresses and you will have problems, and you might have a breakup and you might get fired and you might do this stuff, and you might have a bad day at work and all that kind of thing, but you need to manage it the best you can and reduce it where you can. So for me, it was just routine, getting up at the same time, going to sleep at the same time, and eating at the same time. Keeping this routine over a long period of time is what keeps your muscle. It's what defines a successful prep from an unsuccessful prep. So manage these variables and give yourself the best opportunity you can. That's it, guys. Short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video, because I like talking about this. I like rambling. Have a coffee, get a bit of a caffeine hype, and I can love getting at the camera. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys very, very soon. Peace.